are still in Unit 7, all right? And the first one that we're going to look at here, we're going to look at, well, we're just going to deal with exponents in general. So we put exponent rules. All right, so we're going to go through 3 rules today. All right, our first rule we're going to look at is our negative exponent, or our negative rule. All right, anytime you have a negative exponent, you just find the reciprocal. You just flip it and change it to a positive. Okay, so if I have x to the negative y power, okay, all you're going to do is flip it. So if I put this over 1, it'll now be 1 over x to the y. Okay, so for this rule, all you're going to do is flip it. Or you can just put reciprocal. Reciprocal. All right. So once you flip it, it changes to a positive. Now it also works as the opposite. Okay. So if I have, let's say 1 over 3 to the negative 5, okay, you might be thinking, hey, I can't flip this, it's on the bottom. Well, you can always flip from top to bottom and bottom to top. So if I was to flip this and make it positive, it would just be 3 to the positive 5 over 1, which is 3 to the 5th. Okay, so you're just flipping it. That's all you're doing. And once you flip it, it makes that negative a positive. Okay. So 0 exponent rule. This one's simple. Anything to the 0 power equals 1. Anything. So if I have 32 raised to 0 power equals 1. 9,468 to the 0 power equals 1. Okay, so anything to that 0 power is going to equal 1. Right? And our last one, the product rule. Okay, so with the product rule, we're going to add our exponents. Okay, so all we're going to do is we're going to add exponents. And one thing to remember is must have same base. Okay, so must have the same base. All right, so if we have an exponent, a base with an exponent multiplied by a similar base and exponent, you're just going to add them. All right, so if I have x to the a power times x to the b power, that's going to equal x to the a plus b. You're just going to add those exponents. All right, we have a similar base here. This is an x and this is an x. Now we're going to do is add them. All right, so if we have 4 to the 5th power times 4 to the 9th power, that's going to equal 4 to the 9 plus 5, which is going to equal 4 to the 14th power. All right, so your product rule, you're just going to add. Negative rule, we flip it, the reciprocal. All right, and our 0 rule, anything to the 0 power is 1. Do any of you have any questions? I'm sure you don't. I'm sure this is